I help people drink better. Not more, not less, just better. It may not look like it. I don't have a tremendously full hipster beard. I'm not covered in tattoos, but I can assure you I make drinks and I help people enjoy them for a living. It's my real job. But to be perfectly honest with you, standing here today was never part of that destiny. You see, as a little kid, I was crippled with the highest level of shyness. To the age of 10, I hadn't said a word to anyone. As a teenager, you can imagine it, red hair, freckles on the face, braces on the teeth. Okay, you don't need to imagine it. That kid, yeah, he's not talking to girls. That kid, public speaking is never going to happen. Social interactions were to be avoided at all cost. What had started out as a childhood shyness had now evolved into a devastatingly high level of social awkwardness. But all of that changed the moment I stepped behind a bar for the very first time. You see, the moment I had 3 feet of mahogany between myself and just some random stranger ordering a cold, frothy beer, that was the moment I felt free to talk. This beautiful piece of polished wood had created some sort of magical barrier that bestowed upon me the gift of speaking confidence. Standing behind a bar for the very first time, girls had to come to me. They had to order drinks. They had to order drinks off me, and I liked that. As a 19-year-old, I found my voice. So I did what any of you would have done. I poured my heart and soul into becoming the best bartender I could be. I got to travel the world, mix some drinks, throwing bottles, won a couple of competitions here and there. No big deal. What's important is that on the way, I discovered from being a teenager to an adult, I'd gone from having zero confidence to having found my passion in life, my voice. But most importantly, I think, I'd found my secret weapon to overcoming social awkwardness. Now, I bring all of this up because as a resident of this country, but also as an outsider, I can't help but notice, there's this cloud of social anxiety that kind of just hangs over some of the country. Yeah? You know what I'm talking about. And it doesn't let go or drift away until, you've had a few drinks, right? I'm not making this up. You know this is true. In fact, in even preparing for the talk today, I discovered the cover of this book that sums it up perfectly. Isn't that good? Yeah. A DJ on a radio show once said to me, "Adam, we have a major drinking problem in this country. We don't know how to do it with any class or style. We consume large amounts. We go Viking. We binge drink on the weekends. We must be the last one standing at every party. Do you think Norwegians have a problem with their drinking? And do you think Norwegians drink more than any other country you've been to?" And my gut response at the time was, well, I don't know if you drink more or less, and I don't know where you stand on a ranking list. All I know is that you jam all the drinking into 2 nights of the week. Well, thanks to the World Health Organization, I have the drinking statistics. I'm not going to bore you with all 194 nations, all right? Here's how it works. They take liters of pure alcohol consumed per person per year. So they take the alcohol from beer, from wine, and from spirits. They jam it all together. They run it through some stats. They put it against your population size. And before you know it, you're on a list. 27th on that list, your next door neighbors, with 11.4 litres of pure alcohol consumed per person per year. Not per night. I know maybe you're thinking Denmark per night. That's per year. Across the pond, probably to be expected, they enjoy an ale, don't they? Right? Who likes wine? Well, look, it was a rhetorical question. I appreciate you getting involved. That was very nice. I'm fully aware you like wine. The answer for the show: France likes wine. They're at number 20. Home Sweet Home at number 19. I could play this game all day. I won't. I'm going to skip straight to the number 1 spot. You already know in your hearts of hearts who it is. I'm going to rip the bandage off real fast, okay? I promise to be gentle. In the number 1 spot, fighting out of Northern Europe in the red shorts, weighing in at 17.5 litres of pure alcohol per person. Oh, the Republic of Belarus. And you all thought you were going to be number 1. No, stick to the Winter Olympics. Norway, you are 67th on the list with 7. There's with 7.7 litres per person. So I guess to answer that DJ's question, statistically speaking, no, you probably don't have a drinking problem. But knowing full well that you do jam that entire amount into 2 nights of the week, I would say we've got more of a timing problem, right? It's the Friday and Saturday nights, right? Norwegians come together at their old home for the vorspiel, the pre-party. There's the house, complete with flagpole, eye for detail. And I get it, it's bloody expensive to drink in bars all night long. So this is where my Norwegian friends come together to have a couple of drinks and remove the shackles of their social awkwardness before slipping on the dancing shoes and heading out into the night. But with the high prices in bars keeping people at home longer and longer, the window for the bars to make their money and pay their bills gets shorter and shorter, which means the bartenders have less and less time to spend educating you on what to drink and how to drink it. Now, you're a smart crowd. I'm picking up that vibe. I've got that energy from. I've been sitting here all day. You're clapping at all the right moments. I'm sure you would agree that when any business needs to make an entire week's worth of income land in the cash register between a window of, say, 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. on a Saturday night, then that leaves 0 time to be discussing the finer points of how to enjoy Italian vermouth or how to sip cocktails like a gentleman. And think about this, over the past 15 years or so, the world of craft beer and microbreweries has changed dramatically. Wine sommeliers are practically growing on grapevines, and people are interested in coffee to the point that pretty much every town needs to have a coffee roaster. These 3 elements, combined with an army of geeky cocktail bartenders who are mixing up flavors we've never experienced before, all means that the landscape to drink different, drink better, drink more interesting, drink higher quality products has arrived. But herein lies the problem. You see, back at the ranch, and I've been to them, the drinks that are being poured up here are, for the most part, centered around a pretty horrible mix of uneducated, unregulated doubles and triple strength beverages that have had pretty much 0 thought given to the taste, flavor, or the ratio of ingredients. All thoughts are centered around one thing. Let's move past our social awkwardness as fast as possible. So although the conditions to drink different have arrived, we still have a ways to go. And I know this because standing in my bar, I still get asked questions like this. Adam, is it okay to mix a 21-year-old single malt, double cask, Scotch whiskey with Red Bull? No. No is not okay. No is the answer. These are still the 3 most requested drinks called for throughout the entire country. Ask any bartender, true story. Number 1, make me something strong. It's an actual drink. Make me something not too sweet, not too sour. You have to pull that face as well. And number 3, make me something good. Make it strong. So to me, this just highlights the fact that from a pure educational point of view, the understanding of what to drink and how to drink it is still pretty low. So what are we left with? Well, we're left with this, a bartender standing on a red carpet on a mission to change an entire nation's drinking culture, asking you for help. And look, I'm not suggesting that we all need to start drinking Manuka honey-infused, daffodil-flavored crocodile tears, shaken together with kumquat gin and Smurf bitters. I'm not suggesting that, although I do hear it is quite delicious. What I am suggesting is let's understand that there is a fundamental difference between going out for a drink and going out to drink. So if you want to be a part of moving this culture forward, try doing one of these 3 things the next time you turn up to a bar. Number 1, it's crazy. Try something new. Ask a question. Be courageous. Step outside of your comfort zone for one of the drinks that you have during the night. Number 2, maybe the most important, expect more. Stop rewarding mediocrity with your hard-earned money. If something doesn't taste right, take it back. You've done this with food and restaurants, and the chefs have either picked up their game or they've disappeared. The same thing has to happen with drinks and bars. And number 3, change the rules. Enjoy a glass of wine or a cheeky cocktail in the middle of the week. If we can just spread out the 7.7 liters, spread out the drinking a little bit instead of focusing on a 3-hour binge drinking session at the end of each week, then the knock-on effects in the bar industry will be phenomenal. The bartenders will be able to give you the time that you deserve. They can share their knowledge. They might even inspire you to make better drinks at home. Making better drinks at home, well, this lifts your knowledge. You share this with your friends, and before you know it, you're part of a movement that is interested in drinking better, not just stronger. If you can get on board this way of thinking, then I promise to keep doing my part to keep inspiring both sides of the bar. Because I want you to drink better. You absolutely can drink better. I'll see you at the bar. Out. Thank you.